Welcome back to the deep dive. So I think if you've ever worked in AV, or honestly even just tried to set up a new 4K Blu-ray player, you've hit that wall.
Oh, yeah. The black screen.
The black screen. You've got this expensive new device, this expensive display, and they just refuse to talk to each other. It's that dreaded HDMI handshake issue.
It really is like a tiny silent war happening in your cables. The source and the screen, they're supposed to negotiate everything, security, resolution, but when that conversation breaks down, and it often does, you get nothing.
Exactly. So our deep dive today is on a piece of gear designed to, well, be the peacekeeper in that war. It's the Blustream HD11CTRL-V2 HDMI inline IP control module.
That's a mouthful.
It is. But our mission is to show you how this one little box is both a signal doctor and, kind of surprisingly, a whole automation brain for a room.
Let's start with what it fixes, because that's its core job. It's built to solve those fundamental HDMI problems. We're talking about HDCP 2.2 authorization failing, or the the display's info getting lost.
The basics of the handshake.
The absolute basics. This module just gets in the middle of it, corrects the timing, stabilizes what they call the clock stretching, and just forces a stable connection. It's, the referee you need for reliable 4K.
And it does this without compromising on quality, right? The specs here are pretty top tier.
Absolutely. We're talking full HDMI 2.0. It's pushing the full 18 gigabits per second of bandwidth.
So it'll handle, what, 4K UHD at 60 hertz with 4.4.4 color?
All of it. And it passes through all the high-end audio too, Dolby True HD, Atmos, DTS HD Master Audio. Nothing gets lost.
Okay, but here's the feature that really caught my eye. The smart scale technology.
Yes. This is a big deal for integrators. It's infrastructure insurance.
What do you mean by that?
Well, say you have a new 4K source, but you're feeding a system that has some older 1080p displays in it, maybe a secondary monitor or a screen in another zone.
Right, a mixed resolution setup. Always a headache.
Always. But this box can take that 4K input and automatically scale it down to a 1080p output for that specific display. It means you don't need a bunch of other clunky converters in the system. Just a heads up, though, it doesn't support 4.2.2 color space when it's scaling.
That's a minor detail for the benefit you get. So once you have that stable signal, that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
Because this thing goes way beyond just being a signal fixer.
It completely does.
Right.
This is where it shifts from being a problem solver to an automation hub.
An automation brain.
Precisely. It can automatically control the display using, well, basically every method there is. CEC, the old school RS-232, IR, or even IP commands over the network.
So it doesn't matter if it's a brand new smart TV or some 20-year-old projector.
It doesn't matter, it'll talk to it. And you can figure it all through a simple built-in web page. Super easy.
For an integrator, that has to be a huge time saver. You're not programming complex control systems.
It's massive. And get this, it supports up to 10 macros. And each of those macros can have up to 10 commands in it. Plus, it can learn up to 30 IR commands from old remotes.
So you could have one trigger for, say, presentation mode.
Exactly. One button, and it fires off a sequence. An IP command turns on the projector, an IR command sets the input, and then it gets even cooler.
Okay, how?
This is where it goes beyond just AV and starts touching the physical room itself.
Wait, you're telling me this little HDMI box can, drop a projector screen? Or control the lights?
That's what I'm telling you. It has
What?
Phoenix connectors for hooking up to third-party devices. You get 2 relay control ports
And those are for
triggering anything with a simple contact closure. Automated screens, window blinds, lighting relays, you name it.
Wow. Okay, that completely changes what this device is.
And there's more.
Yeah.
It also has a sensor input port. So you can connect an external trigger, like a motion sensor or just a physical switch on the wall.
So you could have it set up where when someone walks into the room, the display automatically turns on.
You could. It enables that true signal sense automation that's based on what's actually happening in the room.
So just to recap the physical ports then, you've got your HDMI in and out, RS-232, the network port, IR out, and then these 2 critical relay ports and the sensor input.
Plus a USB for firmware updates. It's a very dense little box.
It really is.
And I think if we step back and look at the big picture here, a device like this raises a really interesting question.
Go on.
By combining these really deep signal integrity fixes, the EDI and HDCP stuff, with complex physical relay control and macros, it suggests that modern AV isn't just about the screens and speakers anymore.
It's about the whole environment.
It's about designing a seamless, automated operational environment. It makes you wonder, if your AV signal path is now controlling the physical room, is AV integration just becoming, a specialized branch of IoT control? Something to think about for your next system design.